The storm desk. Read the storm, book the roofs. It's Monday, you open the dashboard, and it's a wall of numbers. 40 widgets, every one green, and you still can't tell if the week made money or quietly bled out. The month-end profit and loss will tell you. That's the autopsy. By then, it's over. By the end of this, you'll know the 5 sales numbers to read every Friday in order so you catch a slow week while you can still steer it. Not 40. 5. A bad month is finished. A bad week is still fixable. The difference is whether you looked. Before any number, lock your definitions. A definition is the written rule for what a word counts as. Most dashboards lie for one reason. Nobody agreed on what a lead is. To one rep, it's a junk form. To another, it's a booked appointment. Count it loose one week and tight the next, and the trend line is noise. Write the funnel stages on a tab and make everyone use the same words. Stable definitions first. Then the 5 metrics. That order matters most. Metric 1. Qualified leads by source. Not how many leads, how many real roof opportunities, and where they came from. A qualified lead fits service area, service line, and timing, and has a real decision maker. Spam forms, duplicates, out-of-area calls, and tire kickers are not leads. Count them, and the dashboard flatters you while the calendar stays empty. Then split by source, because sources are different animals. Trade trackers put referral close rates above 50% and cold or door-knocked leads in the teens to low 20s. Same week, different money. Metric 2. Set rate and show rate. Set rate is inspections scheduled divided by qualified leads. Show rate is inspections that actually happened divided by the ones you set. For many residential shops, set rate lands roughly 70 to 85%, but build your own baseline. Here's the leak hiding inside it. Speed to lead, how fast the office calls a new lead back. The research is brutal. Reach a web lead in 5 minutes instead of 30, and you're far more likely to ever reach them. The contractor who calls back first usually wins the inspection. Those multiples aren't roofing specific, so don't quote them as your own. The dynamic holds anyway. The roofer who calls at 9:04 is talking while the others sit in a callback queue. So measure your median time from lead to first contact every week. It's usually the cheapest conversion gain you own, because it costs process discipline, not ad spend. While you're there, separate the misses. Weather and a customer's schedule are forgivable. A slow callback and an unclaimed appointment are process failures. Mark the reason. And the repeat offender shows up by week 3. Metric 3. Estimate issue rate and estimate speed. Issue rate is completed inspections that became a written estimate. Speed is how fast it went out. This is where good lead volume dies. You can run a full calendar of inspections and still starve if the estimates live in a phone full of photos. The failure is specific. The rep climbs down, says I'll get you a number, gets pulled to the next stop, and 2 days pass. The homeowner signs with whoever handed them a price on the spot. Speed to lead has a sibling. Speed to estimate. Speed never excuses a thin scope. The move is to mine the reason an estimate stalled. Tally them every week and the patterns jump out. Missing measurements points at an aerial workflow and a field checklist. Open product selection points at a sample board in the truck. Waiting on the customer means you need a dated next step, not an open-ended following up. If measurements keep delaying estimates, that's a workflow fix, not a motivation problem. Issue rate quietly audits everything upstream of it. Metric 4. Close rate, sold value, and a margin flag. Close rate is signed jobs divided by estimates issued. Sold value is the dollars won. The margin flag tells you whether those jobs are worth building. Healthy close rates tend to land around 30 to 50% on inbound leads and 15 to 25% on cold or canvassed work, referrals higher than both. Those are orientation, not targets. The right number depends on lead mix. A blended close rate hides a weak segment. A high close rate on underpriced, badly scoped work is a cash flow problem dressed as a good week. Sold value should sit next to average job size and backlog. Backlog is the signed work still waiting on the calendar. A week with fewer jobs can still be strong if the mix was right. A week stuffed with tiny jobs is a gift to a repair team and a headache to a replacement one. The Roofing Market Index has reported a sizable share of contractors carrying 1 to 4 month backlogs, so signed value you can't schedule is not really value yet. Sell faster than you can build, and you've sold a complaint. Track insurance jobs as their own segment. And watch the language, because here the words carry legal weight. The roofer documents conditions and writes an estimate that supports the homeowner's own claim. The insurer decides coverage. The homeowner owns the claim, and the deductible is theirs to pay. The day a contractor says they'll handle the claim, negotiate the adjuster, or get it approved, they're an unlicensed public adjuster, and several states treat that as illegal. Never offer to waive or absorb a deductible. That's fraud in many states. Document the facts. Let the carrier decide. Metric 5. Follow-up aging. Most lost roofing sales aren't lost on price. They're lost to silence. A representative inspects, sends the estimate, then lets it age with no clear next step until the homeowner signs down the road. Following up is not a next step. A real next step names who does what by when. Sort open opportunities into age bands. 0 to 7 days is active. 8 to 14 is cooling. So pick up the phone. Past 30, it's likely dead. Run the meeting against the oldest and the highest value first. Then close, lost on purpose. Nothing corrupts a pipeline like dead opportunities left open. They inflate it, hide weak conversion, and let everyone feel busy while nothing closes. Use a short, standard loss reason list so reps actually pick one. Price. Timing. Chose another contractor. No response. The reason list is a gift to your future self. 3 weeks of chose another contractor on slow estimated jobs points at estimate speed. A run of no response on one source points at lead quality. You can't fix a leak you won't name. Now chain the 5 and run the 20-minute meeting. It's these 5 because they form one chain, and a chain shows you exactly where it snapped. Walk it backward when a week disappoints. Sold value down? Check close rate. Close rate fine, but few signed jobs? Check estimates issued. Estimates down? Check inspections completed. Inspections down with healthy leads? Check set rate and speed to lead. Leads down? Only now is it a marketing problem. Most weeks the break is in the middle, the slow callback or the stalled estimate, what a marketing report can't see. Here's where RoofPredict fits and where it doesn't. The cleanest source is one you build on purpose. RoofPredict pairs an estimated roof age range with storm physics modeled house by house, so a mailer or canvas crew aims at homes old enough or storm worn enough to be due and skips the brand new ones. That shows up as a higher intent source line, and an old CRM list worked most due first. It does not inspect roofs, diagnose damage, or decide coverage. Roof age is a planning range, not a date. The list sharpens the root. The inspection earns the sale. Close the loop. Lock your definitions, or every number lies. Then read 5 every Friday. Qualified leads by source. Set rate and show rate. Estimate issue rate and speed. Close rate, value, and a margin flag. Follow-up aging. Walk the chain backward to find the break, name one action, and check next week whether it happened. Track insurance work as its own segment and stay on the right side of the line. Month-end reports confirm what already happened. The Friday scorecard catches it while you can still steer.